Good morning. Today my topic is back of thigh. So this is the all compartment of thigh. This is anterior compartment. This is medial or adductor compartment. This is posterior compartment of thigh. So in this lecture we discussed about posterior compartment of thigh with sciatic nerve. So this is the compartment known as posterior compartment. It is bounded by lateral intermuscular septum and posterior intermuscular septum. In between two septa, this is the compartment of posterior compartment of thigh or back of thigh. In this compartment, first off, this is the cutaneous nerve of back of thigh. So cutaneous innervation of back of thigh skin, the medial cutaneous nerve of thigh on the medial side. So in this medial side, medial cutaneous nerve of thigh seen, and we supply the whole middle aspect of back of thigh. Posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh on the middle aspect of back of thigh, and the lateral side is known as lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, supply the lateral side of thigh. So this is the cutaneous nerve of back of thigh. In this diagram showing the whole cutaneous innervation of back of thigh. So this is the gluteal compartment, this is the back of thigh. So first now supply this area, it is known as posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, supplying the middle part of back of thigh. Only small area medially supplied by the cutaneous branches of obturator nerve, supplying the all medial compartment, all medial area of back of thigh. Third, medial branches of anterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, supplying the third this small area and of back of thigh. And lastly, branches of lateral cutaneous nerve of thigh, supply the lateral aspect of back of thigh. So this is the back of thigh, this is lateral side, this is medial side, this is middle area supplying to chief cutaneous nerve, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. So we will discuss about posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. So the posterior femoral cutaneous nerve, also known as cutaneous femoralis posterior. Root value is dorsal division of S1 S2 and ventral division of S2 S3. Exits from pelvis through the greater sciatic foramen below the piriformis, descend beneath the gluteus maximus with the inferior gluteal arteries, run down the back of the thigh beneath the fascia lata, the fascia to the back of the knee and leg. So this is the posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. This is passing through greater sciatic foramen below the piriformis muscle. After piercing the deep fascia and it accompanying with small saphenous veins in the lower part of back of thigh, here it pierces the deep fascia and accompanies the small saphenous vein. This is a small saphenous vein found in roof of popliteal fossa to about the middle of the back of the leg. This is the back of the leg. Its branches are all cutaneous and are distributed to the perineum, gluteal, back of thigh. So in the end, unique feature of this nerve, posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, is it lies deep to deep fascia. All cutaneous nerves are run in superficial fascia, but this posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh present on beneath the deep fascia, below the deep fascia. So it is unique feature of posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh. Content of the back of thigh. So this content of back of thigh is mainly muscles called hamstring muscles and short head of biceps femoris. The hamstring muscles are semitendinosus, semimembranosus, biceps femoris long head, ischial part of adductor magnus. So these are the muscles called the hamstring muscles. Nerves, sciatic nerve and posterior cutaneous nerve of thigh, or arterial anastomosis around the back of thigh. So this is the hamstring muscles. This is the hamstring muscles, biceps femoris, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, ischial part of adductor magnus. So these muscles are called the hamstring muscles. These are the muscles found in back of thigh. These are the muscles found in back of thigh. So this is the hamstring muscles. So characteristic features of these muscles is arising from the ischial tuberosity, are inserted into one of the bones of the leg, either tibia or fibula, are flexor of knee and extensor of the hip joint, are supplied by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. So these are the most important characteristic features of hamstring muscles, except adductor magnus, because it reach up to the adductor tubercle. So after adductor tubercle, tibial collateral ligament of knee joints represents the morphological logic degenerated tendon of this muscle. So all muscles are inserted to the leg bone, either tibia or fibula. So these are the muscles of hamstring, back of thigh muscles. So starting with semimembranosus, it has a flat tendon of origin like membrane-like. So it is called the semimembranosus. Lies posteromedial in the thigh, deep to the semitendinosus. Origin from supralateral impression of upper part of ischial tuberosity. So ischial tuberosity के supralateral part में origin of semimembranosus. Insertion into a groove on the posterior surface of medial condyle of tibia. So in the medial condyle of tibia, posteriorly groove are present. So in this groove, insertion of semimembranosus present. After insertion, oblique popliteal ligament, fascia covering the popliteus. This is the expansion of the tendon of semimembranosus. So in this diagram, this is ischial tuberosity, or this muscle is called this is known as semimembranosus because origin and insertion is membrane-like. So origin from supralateral part of ischial tuberosity, insertion horizontal groove on the posterior aspect of medial condyle of tibia. So this is the semimembranosus, origin and insertion. Second muscle is semitendinosus. It lies posteromedially in the thigh, superficial to semimembranosus. So semimembranosus के superficial lies करेगा. Origin from inframedial impression of the upper part of the ischial tuberosity, in common with the long head of biceps femoris. So two muscles in upper impression of upper part of ischial tuberosity. So these muscles, both muscles are origin to the upper inframedial part of ischial tuberosity. Insertion semitendinosus up to the upper part of the medial surface of tibia behind the sartorius and gracilis. So these are forming the gyropes. Pes anserinus, goosefoot, conjoined tendons of three muscles, semitendinosus, sartorius and gracilis. has that insert into the anteromedial surface of the proximal tibia, sometimes referred name as a gyros, because both these three muscles belong to three different compartments of thigh. Sartorius from the anterior compartment, gracilis from the medial adductor compartment, or semitendinosus belong to back of thigh. So these are called the gyros. So in this diagram showing the semitendinosus and biceps femoris. So this is semitendinous, origin from inframedial part of ischial tuberosity, incision to the medial and medial surface of upper end of tibia. So this is the incision. Another muscle is hamstring muscle is biceps femoris, lies posterolateral to the in the thigh. Origin long head is hamstring part from the inframedial impression on the upper part of the ischial tuberosity. Short head arising to lateral lip of linea aspera between adductor magnus and vastus lateralis. Upper 2/3 of lateral supracondyle line. Lateral intermuscular septum. So this is the origin of biceps femoris. Only long head is hamstring part, another is short head is non-hamstring part. So this is the origin of long head and short head. Insertion into the head of fibula in front of styloid process. Tendon split into two slips around the fibular collateral ligament. In this diagram showing the muscle, this is the biceps femoris, this is the long head hamstring part arising from inframedial part of ischial tuberosity downward, and this is the short head origin from linea aspera, lateral lip of linea aspera, gluteal tuberosity, lateral lip of gluteal tuberosity, lateral supracondyle line, 2/3 of lateral supracondyle line, and lateral intermuscular septum. So this is the origin of short head. Both end unite and insert into the head of fibula, front of styloid process. So this is the short head and long head of biceps femoris. Last muscle of hamstring is adductor magnus. It is hybrid muscle because it some part of hamstring part and another part of adductor compartment or medial compartment. So both part united in this region. So it is called the hybrid muscle because it supply into two different motor nerve. So adductor compartment supplied by the obturator nerve and hamstring compartment supplying by the tibial part of sciatic nerve. So it is called the hybrid muscle. Origin hamstring part arising from lower lateral part of ischial tuberosity, hamstring part, ramus of ischium, inferior ramus of pubis, lower part. So this is the hamstring part. Insertion medial margin of gluteal tuberosity, linea aspera, medial supracondyle line, and adductor tubercle present on medial condyle of femur. So this is the insertion of up to the adductor tubercle. This is the insertion of adductor magnus. This is adductor hiatus opening. This is the insertion of adductor magnus. So this is the fan shaped muscle is adductor magnus. In this diagram showing the all hamstring muscle, brown color, light pink color showing the origin, and blue color showing the insertion. So this is the all origin, this is the insertion. This is the ischial tuberosity. This is origin of short head of biceps femoris, linea aspera, lateral supracondyle line, and lateral intermuscular septum. So this is the short head of biceps. These are the supralateral part is semimembranosus. Inframedial part is origin from two muscles, long head of biceps femoris and semitendinosus. lower part is adductor magnus. So this is the origin, this is the insertion, medial condyle, posterior to medial condyle semimembranosus, anterior surface, medial surface of tibia, upper part insertion is semitendinosus, up to the adductor tubercle, adductor magnus, or front of stereoprocess, upper head of fibula is inserted to biceps femoris. So this is the insertion of all hamstring muscle. In this upper part is origin of all hamstring muscles. Now supply of all muscles. All muscles are hamstring muscles are supplied with sciatic nerve tibial part. Biceps femoris, long head hamstring part supplied by the sciatic nerve tibial part, short head non-hamstring part supplied by the common peroneal nerve. Adductor magnus is hybrid muscles, hamstring part supplied by the tibial nerve, tibial part of sciatic nerve, and adductor part supplied by the obturator nerve, because it arising from adductor compartment and hamstring compartment. So this is the hybrid muscles of hamstring, this region. This in this diagram showing the action of hamstring muscle, flex to knee joint and extension to hip joint. So extension of hip and flexion of knee joint by the hamstring muscle. So this is the action of all hamstring muscles. So actions at hip joint, at knee joint. Muscles semitendinosus, at hip joint extension, at knee joint flexion and medial rotation of leg in semiflexed knee. Semimembranosus, at hip joint all muscle produce extension, at knee joint flexion, medial rotation of leg in semiflexed knee. Biceps femoris, at hip joint extension, at knee joint flexion with lateral rotation of leg in semiflexed knee. Adductor magnus, extension at hip joint, at knee joint flexion and adduction of thigh adductor because it belong to adductor compartment. So action is adduction of thigh. So this is the action of all hamstring muscle at hip joint and at knee joint. So these are the muscles completing, and let us move with sciatic now. So sciatic nerve, nerve of back of thigh. So it is chief nerve. This is the sciatic nerve, origin from dorsal or ventral divisions of L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. So this is the root value, and this is the most important nerve present on back of thigh. So it is the largest branch of sacral plexus, made up of two parts or two components, tibial part and common peroneal component. Common peroneal parts. So these are the two component or parts. Tibial part, root value is ventral divisions of L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. Common peroneal part is dorsal division of L4, 5, S1, S2. So this is the root value of both the parts. This is the posterior division, this is the anterior divisions. So anterior divisions, ventral L4, 5, lumbosacral plexus, L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. So this is the tibial part, L4, 5, S1, S2. This is the common peroneal part, L4, 5, S1, S2. This is common peroneal part. So this is the complete for the, this is the sciatic nerve. So in this diagram showing the green color is ventral divisions and yellow color is dorsal division. Ventral division form the tibial nerve, L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. All are united ventrally and form the tibial nerve. Posterior yellow color, L4, 5, S1, S2. All are united and yellow color form the common peroneal. Both parts unite and call the sciatic nerve. So this is the sciatic nerve forming the two component, tibial component and common peroneal component. The origin and formation of anterior primary MI of L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. Sciatic nerve L4, 5, S1, S2, S3. This is the root value of sciatic nerve, both the dorsal and ventral divisions. It is thickest nerve of the body, band like about 2 cm wide, begins in pelvis. From pelvis pass to the gluteus region, then it in the back of thigh, pass to the in the pelvis, pass to gluteal region through the greater sciatic foramen. In the thigh, it terminates at superior angle of popliteal fossa into the common peroneal and tibial part. Course. So sciatic nerve course into 3 regions: in gluteal, back of, in pelvis, gluteal region, and back of thigh. So this is in this course, it terminates or divide into the 2 parts, common peroneal and tibial part, at the upper 2/3 and lower 1/3, junction between upper 2/3 and lower 1/3, or superior angle of popliteal fossa. So here is here form the superior angle of popliteal fossa. So in this point, it dividing into tibial and common peroneal part. So this is the termination of both the part at the superior angle of popliteal fossa. So course in the pelvis, it lies front of piriformis muscle and with covering of fascia. So this is the piriform muscle covering the in this pelvis. In this first relation with pelvis lies front of piriformis covered with fascia. So in covering of fascia covering the piriformis front, this is the sciatic nerve. Leave the pelvis through the passing through the greater sciatic foramen. So in this pelvis passing leave the pelvis through the greater sciatic foramen, lower border of piriformis muscle. In the gluteal region, enter the gluteal region through greater sciatic foramen below piriform muscle. This is the piriform muscle. This is the main nerve, thickest nerve, sciatic nerve. So superficially relation with gluteus maximus muscle, deep with body of ischium, or obturator internus with 2 gemelli, tendon of obturator internus with 2 gemelli, chordatus femoris, obturator externus, and upper transverse fiber of adductor magnus muscle. So this is the deep relation of sciatic nerve in the gluteal region. Medially, inferior gluteal nerves and vessels. So medial relation of sciatic nerve. So, this is the gluteal region. So gluteal relation of sciatic nerve in the gluteal region. So lastly, this is the relation of sciatic nerve in the back of thigh. It enters back of thigh at the lower border of gluteus maximus, run vertically downward to the superior angle of popliteal fossa. Here superior angle of popliteal fossa is dividing into tibial and common peroneal part. So relation in the back of thigh, superficially long head of biceps femoris, superficially deep to adductor magnus muscle, medially to semitendinosus, semimembranosus, laterally to short head of biceps femoris. So these are the relation on the back of thigh. So in this these are relation present on back of thigh. Here is diagram showing this is the gluteal region, this is back of thigh. So this is the yellow color is sciatic nerve at the superior angle of popliteal fossa, is dividing into common peroneal laterally and tibial is medially. So here deep superficial relation, superficial is long head of biceps femoris, medially by semitendinosus, semimembranosus, deep laterally by short head of biceps femoris. So this is the relation, superficial relation. In this diagram showing the deep relation of sciatic nerve. This is the sciatic nerve in the gluteal region, obturator internus with 2 gemelli, chordatus femoris and obturator externus, and this is the gluteal region. At the thigh, deep relation of sciatic nerve is adductor magnus muscle. So this is the deep relation of sciatic nerve. This is adductor magnus muscle. This is adductor hiatus opening. This is adductor tubercle up to the adductor tubercle. This is ischial tuberosity. So this is the hamstring, all muscle of hamstring muscle arising from this ischial tuberosity. So this is the greater sciatic foramen passing through greater sciatic foramen. This is piriformis muscle, key muscle of gluteal region. Branches of sciatic nerve. In the pelvis, no branches. In the gluteal region, one branch is articular branches to hip joint. In the back, it is important because it supplies to all hamstring muscle. Muscular branches from tibial component, semitendinosus, semimembranosus, long head of biceps femoris, and ischial head of adductor magnus. So these are the hamstring muscle supplied by tibial component of sciatic nerve. From common peroneal, only single branch to short head of biceps femoris from lateral side of sciatic nerve. So this is the branches present in the back of thigh. In gluteal region, only single, and pelvis, no branches from sciatic nerve. This is the piriformis muscle. This is the emerged from lower border of piriformis muscle. This is sciatic nerve. This is green color is tibial part and yellow is common peroneal. So green tibial part supplying to the semitendinosus, semimembranosus, long head of biceps femoris, adductor magnus. So this is the whole muscles. Only the common peroneal part supply only the short head of biceps femoris. This is the common peroneal part. Yellow. Dark green color is for tibial part unite with sciatic nerve. So this is the sciatic nerve and dividing it at the superior angle of popliteal fossa into tibial component and common peroneal component. So in this back of thigh, arterial anastomosis are present. Two longitudinal anastomosis channel within the adductor magnus muscle close to the linea aspera, formed by the internal iliac artery, femoral artery, and popliteal artery. So total 4 anastomosis present around the back of thigh. First is trochanteric anastomosis around the intertrochanteric fossa. So in this anastomosis, medial and lateral circumflex femoral artery and superior gluteal artery branch of internal iliac artery branch of common iliac artery. So this is in internal iliac artery, superior gluteal artery. This is trochanteric anastomosis near to intertrochanteric fossa. Second anastomosis around known as cruciate anastomosis. It is location around the lesser trochanter of femur. In this cruciate like anastomosis, two arteries and medial, lateral and medial circumflex artery and inferior gluteal artery. This is the inferior gluteal artery, the branch of internal iliac artery or first perforating artery. So this is the cruciate anastomosis. Third anastomosis between the all perforating artery, first, second, third, fourth. So this is the third anastomosis. Last anastomosis between the fourth perforating artery with the superior muscular branch of popliteal artery. So this is the fourth anastomosis. So this is the four anastomosis around the back of thigh. So this is the anastomosis around the back of thigh. Applied anatomy. First, slipping of foot. Temporary numbness of lower limb due to compression of sciatic nerve in gluteal region by the prolonged sitting. So long time of sitting. So compression of sciatic nerve. So numbness of foot. This is called the slipping of foot. Second is sciatica. Irritation or compression of sciatic nerve. When long time of compression of sciatic nerve, so all back muscles are pain. So nerve pain that originates in the lower back gluteal region, radiates deep into the buttocks, along back of thigh, travels down the lateral side of leg to the dorsum of foot. So these are the all areas supplying to sciatic nerve are affected. So this is the after long time compression of sciatic nerve. These are muscles are due painful condition. So it is called the sciatica. So this is the area all involved in the sciatica. When injury to sciatic nerve by the penetrating wounds, bullet injury, dislocation of hip joint, so complete sensory loss on whole leg and foot except area innervated by saphenous nerve. So lower area around the below the popliteal fossa, these area not affected because it's supplied by the saphenous nerve, except supplying by the saphenous nerve. All leg and foot are affected. Loss of sensory loss, motor loss of hamstring muscle because hamstring muscle supplied by sciatic nerve, loss of foot dorsiflexion, anterior compartment, loss of foot plantar flexion, posterior compartment, all are lost. All flexor, dorsiflexor or plantar flexor are lost. Loss of everters of foot, lateral compartment of leg. So loss of eversion, loss of all movement below the knee, and foot drop because anterior compartment of leg muscles are supplied by common peroneal nerve. So mainly damage of sciatic nerve. So common peroneal nerve is damaged. So dorsiflexion is lost. So foot drop are appear. So this is the all changes seen when injury to sciatic nerve, either wounds injury, dislocation of hip joint, bullet injury. So these are the affecting side. So all backside muscles are paralysis and loss of sensory loss except supplying by saphenous nerve. Thank you.